Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. If you're new here, my name's Claire. I am a creative entrepreneur, if you want to call it that, and I make videos to inspire, educate, and hopefully put a smile on your face. I felt inspired to film today, so here I am with my camera out. A couple of months back, I put out a video on aquafaba. I talked about exactly what it is and the science behind it. Essentially, it's the water left over from a can of chickpeas or other beans, and it magically whips up into a foam. So you can use it in a similar way as you would for products such as meringues and make a vegan version. I have used it in a couple of things before, but I haven't fully experimented, you know, and something that I've seen floating all over the internet is this vegan aquafaba chocolate mousse. Now, I am a big fan of chocolate and I also love chocolate mousse, so I'm very curious to try this and see if it actually works and if it's anything like the real deal. I've got some aquafaba in a jar here which I saved. Looks really appealing right now, doesn't it? So I'm going to put that in a bowl. We only actually need two other ingredients, which are caster sugar and a good quality dark chocolate. I would suggest a cocoa solids of over 70% for best results. Now then, I'm just going to move you over here, just carefully pan you round. There we go. Now, although I've got my Kenwood mixer here, I'm not actually going to use that today. Normally I would for like meringues and stuff, but it can be quite difficult to whip up small amounts of stuff in there. So instead, I'm just going to use my hand whisk. And I think most people have one of these if you're into baking. If you don't, they don't really cost much. You can get one for around £20, probably even less than that. We're probably going to have to whisk it for quite a while and on a high speed. I reckon it may take around 10 minutes. So you've got to have a little bit of patience, but the important thing is to whisk it until you get to stiff peaks. When I get to that point, I will show you so you know exactly what you're looking for. We are about at the stiff peak stage. I've been going for about 10 minutes now on the highest setting, and although it's not as stiff as you would get with egg whites, I don't think it's really going to whisk up any more than it has, so I'm going with this. The good thing about aquafaba is you can't really over whisk it like you can with egg whites, so you don't need to worry about that. One thing I did forget to tell you was to add the sugar. I would suggest doing this at the beginning or as you're whisking it, because then it gives it a chance to actually dissolve, and you're going to need 2 tablespoons, which is equal to around 25 grams. Okay then, we've got our whisked up aquafaba here, and I've got some melted chocolate here. So I've just done this quickly in the microwave. You can do it over a pan of simmering water if you prefer to melt chocolate that way. The important thing is to let it cool. This is pretty much cool now because it is the middle of November. It's not particularly hot in here. You don't want to add chocolate to your aquafaba foam whilst it's still hot or even warm, because it could cause this to split and then you're going to end up with a grainy mousse, which is not really what we want. So here's a moment of truth. So I'm going to pour in chocolate. Now I do expect this to deflate slightly as we fold this through, but you know what? That's okay. Some mousses are very bubbly, some are a little bit more dense. and I can honestly say I love them both. Here we go. Do a little close-up action of me folding this through. Okay, unfortunately, this has turned out to be a bit of a flop. You can see that it has gone slightly grainy. I figured out what it is. Although my chocolate was cool, my aquafaba was actually slightly cold. So basically there was a difference in the temperatures, which is what has caused it to seize. I'm going to keep mixing it a little bit more because it is kind of coming together, but the downside is that I'm losing the air from it. So it will still be edible. I can pop it into a bowl and let it chill. It will just be a slightly denser mousse. Now, at this stage, if yours did actually go right, you can add some flavouring. I was thinking of adding a little bit of orange zest for a kind of chocolate orange mousse. You could add a pinch of sea salt. I think salt always brings out chocolate flavour. Raspberries would be good. Coconut perhaps. Definitely some like toasted coconut on top. This is coming together a little bit more now. I've just lost some of the air from it. So, not bad for a first attempt. What I'm going to do now is I'll probably transfer this to some smaller bowls. Unfortunately, I don't have any ramekins. It's shocking as a baker that I don't have ramekins. I've only got like the little silicone ones, but it could look quite cute in some little teacups or something like that. Now that I can feel this cooling, it is thickening up. We'll let it set anyway, and I mean, I'll eat it whatever because I love chocolate. So here's my little jar of vegan chocolate mousse. It does look quite nice, to be fair, and it smells really good. I mean, it just smells like chocolate. I now have to leave that in the fridge to set for around 3 hours or overnight, if I can wait that long. This is about 4 portions, but I'm quite clearly going to eat it all in one sitting. Don't tell anyone. Anyway, I hope you enjoyed this video. I'm probably going to put it out there anyway, because as somebody who has always struggled with perfectionism, I'm learning to just get over it, because it's one of the reasons which holds me back from making YouTube videos in the first place. At the end of the day, I'm not a perfect person, none of us are, but we're all doing our best in this world. So hopefully you've had a laugh watching my failures, but failures are not failures, they're just stepping stones to success. Let me know though if you do have a go at making this, and if you get better results than I did. Please send me your pictures over on Instagram, as I would love to see them. Thank you so much for watching, and I will see you again soon. Bye guys.